All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the touchback.
Let's go. 18 Gator.
53 is the mic. Hey, pick it up, defense.
Protein spill.
49. Check 49. Check 49. Check 24. Check 24.
Smooth.
Check.
6-6. Bullet high. 5.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
We got this.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. A gain of 19 yards. First down, Dolphins.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Hey, Charlie.
Rush in.
Go.
Here's Marino to throw. And right away, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So a tough early challenge here, 2nd and long after the sack.
Strip that ball.
Play fake. Here's Marino. And the pressure gets to him again. Vic Beasley making it look easy, cruising in for the sack.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Here's Marino. And he hits his running back, Tevin Coleman. 19 yards is the pickup there, but even with that, they're well short. It's 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Patriots take over.
On the double.
50's to Mike. All right, team.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Let's go
Officially
now.
nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Bryant. Flush to his right. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Time right. 4 down. Alert.
Sit up. Shoot.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were.
Silver.
So they keep on the ground with Elliott. He finds an opening past the 40 and all the way up to the... ...45-yard line.
Let's go.
A gain of 15 yards. That's another Patriots first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Set. 8 read.
54. Watch QB drop. Check.
Get it.
The first down carry by Elliott. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Let's go, D. It's going to be
Ready.
Off play action. Bryant escaping the pressure right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Zach Ertz, 52 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And he gets it to make it 7-0 Patriots.
Makes the score Patriots 7, Dolphins nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10.
Yo, cheetah. Big grip.
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. Space to maneuver at the 40. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
I don't care what the game plan was coming in. after these runs,
you're running it, right?
you make sure you keep circling on your play sheet, running plays that are working, and keep patting those big offensive linemen on the back. They're doing a great job.
Goes without saying the defense is going to have to adjust to this.
In a big way, and they've got to figure out, do they have to sell out to stop the run, or can they just do it better than what they've done so far?
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Add this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays.
On the ready.
Watch 52. 52's the mic. Hey, here I come.
Let go.
Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Line to set the tone of dominance and physicality and pound the rock.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Marino. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. From 13 yards out, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Here's Chandler Catanzaro for the extra point. And that touchdown drive happened very, very quickly. You knew that they had the quick strike ability. They showed it.
And for a defense that understands that, it still drives them crazy when it actually happens to them. Fast and furious, there came the points.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
Ready to
The
break.
Pats at the line, ready to go. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. This is Elliott. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4.
To throw on 2nd down, Bryant. Flushed out right. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after 1.
Ready, ready.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
That's going to be a long.
Hey, Echo.
43 is the mic. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot. 43 is the mic. 43 is the mic.
Let's go.
Operating from the gun, Bryant. Airing one out for Boyd. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
90, Wolf.
53. Stop your whining. Alert 3. Alert 3. Alert 3.
After the interception, here's Marino. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, it's Coleman, and he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Ready?
Marino, 3rd and 1. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. They'll run for it. Geis. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. Darius Geis denied. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
At the 20-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Strong left, strong left, strong left.
Let go.
Off the play fake. Bryant eluding the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Okay, ready?
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. A Miami 1st down on a 14-yard pickup.
And the Dolphins
8 read.
Let's put them on the buses.
That's 61.
Right back to Coleman here on 1st down. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Let's go.
Now Marino on 1st down. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
So don't say nothing. Shoot.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
We ain't giving up nothing today. Topper! Snap!
Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Back to throw. Bryant, he's got his man, Boyd. 23 yards on the play. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Off play action. Bryant. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ben Banagoo leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Tighten down. There you go.
2nd and long. And he's going to go down again.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun, Bryant airing one out for Boyd. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Telvin Smith able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
To try again after the sack. Marino under pressure again, and down he goes again.
They can't stop us. They cannot hold us down. We're going to keep getting sacks.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. A first scoring update now from Carolina. And really pouring it on now are the Falcons. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along.
Ready, ready.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
3 buzz, 3 buzz, 3 buzz.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. He's picked off at his own 47. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Ready? 60 Pittsburgh.
All right, here we go. Let's go, D, let's go.
Go, go.
Let's get this. 552. 9. Let's go.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Get off the field.
Hey, Zoo. Zoo.
To throw is Marino. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
30 base. Snap.
On first down, it's Coleman. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
60 or. Hey, exit. Get it.
Marino on play action. Now Marino coughs it up. He lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
The Patriots going with a dime package here. 2 extra defensive backs on 3rd.
Ready?
Out of the gun, it's Marino. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
That is inches from the upright. It's no good. Wide to the left, and we will remain tied here in this 3rd quarter. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup.
Switch gears, switch gears.
2nd and 6 at the 33-yard line.
Off the play fake, Bryant. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2nd and 9 now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Let's go. 10,
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. Operating from the gun, Bryant. Now he'll go deep down the middle. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a fourth pick of the game. And now fourth down. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
They will run again with Coleman. Got some room at the 30. And some room to roam now. And finally brought down at the 43. 38 yards on the scamper there. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
Tight dog. General West. Kill.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. From midfield now, Marino. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's picked off at his own 46, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
Come on, fellas.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive.
Defense, keep it up, guys.
Hey, Foxtrot. Big dribble.
Throwing after the interception. Bryant. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
He's not going to get me. Mine's 43.
Back to the air on second down. Bryant. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Eddie Vanderdoes, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
New England on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15.
5.
43 is the mic. 43 is the mic. 6 man. Check curls, check curls, check curls. Shift. Slam.
Let go.
From the gun, Bryant. Now he steps away. Going deep for Walker. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off right around the 43. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
A good pickup there, a 22. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. This is Coleman. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kevin Coleman, 35 yards. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Over the middle, complete. That's Oliver. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Bryant. And Walker has it. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for New England. 52 yards. Off play action. Bryant. He completes it to Boyd. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now Elliott. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. 2nd and 5. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Let's go, defense. Let's go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Bryant being chased out left. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown as his guys are back within a single score. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Coleman. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the 44, Marino throwing the out route incomplete. It's Clayton. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
First down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Mike 53. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you.
Here's Coleman. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
This thrown quickly out to Jones. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown.
Let's go.
From 4 yards out, And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call, and you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. On fourth down, Bryant. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory.
Set. Line. Set, go.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 22-yard line.
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is Week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. But now I'm listening to you.